President Biden and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky meeting today at the White House. This Zelensky's first trip to the U.S. In fact, first trip out of Ukraine since the Russian invasion in February. He'll address a joint session of Congress tonight. Senior columnist Rick Newman here with what's going on today between the two. Rick, good to see you. What are we learning?
Well, I was wondering what he would wear. I guess it might sound kind of silly, but I was wondering if he would stick with that combat uniform, you know, the olive drab clothing he's seen in all the time, or he'd put on a suit. Nope, you can see him there with Biden. He's wearing his combat duds. And Zelensky spoke in English, unscripted, without notes, in the meeting without Biden. He expressed his gratitude for the White House support and for the support of ordinary Americans. That was the phrase he used. And later on tonight, as you mentioned, Dave, he's going to address Congress. And I think there are a couple obvious things going on here. First, the United States, the Biden administration and Congress are giving Zelensky a stage, one of the most coveted stages in the world. Surely Russian President Vladimir Putin won't be happy about it. But there's a lot of money at stake here, too. Now it looks like Congress is likely to approve another $45 billion for aid to Ukraine in this bill that they're going to vote for sometime this week. That's more than President Biden wanted. Biden only asked for $38 billion. Congress plus that up to 45. And I think another part of the strategy here by Zelensky and by the White House is to get some rah-rah momentum going among Republicans who have said that when they take over the House next year, they may not be so eager to support Ukraine with money. And there's some voices within the Republican Party that aren't so happy about all the money the United States is spending to help Ukraine. But as it is right now, it's an important moment for Zelensky, especially as this war just continues to drag on.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting road ahead for Republicans, you know, to be on the side, or if you're against Ukrainian aid, then de facto, Rick, you're on the side of Russia. How are they going to split that gap?
So this $45 billion we're talking about, this would be more money than Congress has already appropriated for Ukraine for this year. And basically, it would be meant to get Ukraine through much of next year. I mean, this is all based on the government's fiscal year, which ends September 30th. But $45 billion is a lot of money. And that will go a long way through 2023. And then, it really becomes a matter of public opinion, Dave. And it's true in Europe as it is here. Whether government support for Ukraine begins to fade depends on whether public support for Ukraine begins to fade. I think this is something Americans should actually feel good about right now, because there's pretty strong support for continued aid to Ukraine. Americans, for the most part, think we're playing the right role by helping with equipment, weapons, and not sending troops there. And the way I look at it is Ukraine's army is basically fighting one of our largest adversaries on our behalf, Russia, inside Ukraine. So I've written that that's actually a pretty good deal for American taxpayers, and American taxpayers seem to feel that way so far. So I think the important thing is just keep that momentum going and make sure people just don't get Ukraine fatigue or war fatigue.
Yeah, strange time, though, probably to start fighting for fiscal discipline, but we shall see. Rick Newman, good stuff. Thank you.
See you, Dave.